So here's the scenario. You would have come to the lot. You saw an internet or a vehicle on the internet. You saw the price. You've come to see it. I'm going to assume, because I assume it with every single customer, that their game plan is what it was 2, 5, 8, 10 years ago. They saw the dealer's price, and they plan on starting lower. So what I try to do with the customer, and I picked this up from that store I just told you about, is literally, I mean, during fact finding, sometimes between meet and greet and fact finding, sometimes, in the process of selecting the vehicle, what they do is they let the customer know exactly what their pricing model is and how it works. So it might start off like this. So Eric, welcome. We're glad you're here. Let me ask you a quick question. When's the last time you bought a car?
About 2 years ago.
All right,
I was
2
in
years
the market 2 months ago.
Okay, good. 2 years ago. Well, I'll tell you what, Eric, a lot has changed in 2 years, and it is all good news for the consumer. And let me tell you what I mean. Last time you bought a car, did you go through a negotiation with a car salesman?
Yes.
And how much fun was that negotiation?
No, that's why it's been 2 or 3 years ago.
Okay. Time wasting, gut wrenching, confrontational, a lot of back and forth.
Yeah.
Most consumers hated that, and quite frankly, a lot of us salespeople hated that too. But it's the way that the dealer's always done business, and the way we had to do business. We had no choice. Well, things have changed. It's not because the dealers got charitable. The internet has forced this change. Okay. Now, in order to attract someone like you to come and see a car, to attract a telephone call, to attract an email, we have to use a third party to price our vehicles. We no longer price our vehicles, new or used. All right? A third party does it through use of software. They literally monitor every car dealership, new, every car dealership used. They monitor Craigslist. They monitor Cars.com. They monitor AutoTrader. And they monitor it multiple times a day. And that data is fed back to our management team, which creates the prices on every single one of our vehicles. Now, sometimes these vehicles are literally discounted during the day without a customer even being there. So what that means to you is you no longer have to fight for your discount. Your discount has been taken care of before you got here. Now, what's it mean overall? Quicker. You no longer have to go through the gut-wrenching, time-wasting negotiation. Easier. Quite frankly, all you have to do is make sure you pick out the right vehicle, because there's no such thing as a good deal on the wrong vehicle. Now, here's an interesting thing. All dealers have to play by these rules now. We've taken it one step further. You've shown an interest in a Motor Trend certified vehicle. I can tell you till I'm blue in the face that it's a great price, and you're going to be skeptical, as well you should be. I can tell you that we don't price our cars, and we don't, but you're liable to be skeptical. But what we do is we take it one step further, and we guarantee you that you cannot pay too much for a vehicle. The way that works is, our vehicles are pre-discounted. I mean, they're low, but when you take delivery, if you should find the same vehicle with the same benefits anywhere else, and I mean anywhere else, for less money, we will provide you a refund of that difference. And by the way, we put that in writing, so it's impossible for you to pay too much for a vehicle at Sarah of Jackson. Now, we take it one step further. A lot of people are worried about buying the wrong car, the wrong truck. You can't do that here, because the vehicle you take home today, if it's not right tomorrow, if you don't like it tomorrow, bring it back. You've got 72 hours or 300 miles. We also put that in writing. So, Eric, you don't have to fight for your discounts. You can't pay too much for a vehicle at Sarah Jackson, and you can't buy the wrong vehicle. Now, let's go make sure we get you the right vehicle, okay?
Okay.
Now, do you think going through that early in the presentation, early in the engagement, might at least mitigate some of the objections from people who were planning on objecting to the price?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, it absolutely does. I mean, don't take my word for it. Take the word from the dealer that taught me how to do this. Their gap between their internet price and what they sell a car for, new and used, say 1,900 units a month is $40. That's how much they're having to discount their vehicles off their internet price. And that includes the internet department. So they're able to pretty much hold the gross. And they're, by the way, they're not happy with $40. They want to take it to the next step, which is why, no, they want to go to zero.
Oh,
So you're saying when somebody pops on the lot, now, I wouldn't know what kind of vehicle they're in the market for until I qualify.
Well, but you know what? That really doesn't matter. As a matter of fact, I can do it with a new car every bit as well as I can do it with a used car. The only part I leave off is the best value guarantee and the 72-hour exchange. But I say exactly the same thing.
Okay, you can still use the same.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. And if I didn't know what the customer was interested in, I would go through that entire thing, and if we landed on a Motor Trend car, then I would just add to. Well, they just got better for you, sir.
The discount's already here.
Not only is the discount already here, but because you landed on a Motor Trend certified vehicle, it's impossible for you to pay too much. These prices are guaranteed. And I always let them know, I said, look, every dealer's playing.
But they're not gonna, I think where I lose somebody on a Motor Trend vehicle is where they're getting the price from us on the sheet that we have in our pocket versus what it is on the internet. And they're like, well, you lost everything with them already.
Well, explain that to me.
that's easy.
Well, no, what's,
When you tell them that they can't pay too much for it,
yeah?
and you tell them a price on the sheet versus what it is, because they've already know what the price is on the internet.
Well, where's the lower price?
On the
For
internet.
us.
Okay.
But
But then all I would say is, my gosh, the story I just told you about us discounting a car during the day, because of the third-party pricing tool we use, it's obviously been discounted today.
I got you.
Congratulations. High five. Fuck.
Well,
I would turn that into a positive.
one of two things are happening there, though. A lot of times there's with what, say a car is online at 14.4.
Mm-hmm.
It could be on their sheet at 14.9.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's happening. Or the other part of it is they don't know it, not to their fault. It could be another part is that customer's already been with one of us 4 or 5 down there and gotten a quote that's even cheaper than that. And then they get caught in the trip back.
Well,
But
then,
the other part of it is mainly the padding from what the normal pricing is that we would put, and then they pad in another few $100s on top for their sheet.
and I've got no problem with that, because if you do what I did with Eric right there, and then I show him my sheet, and Eric goes, "Hey, asshole, it's $500 cheaper on the internet." I'll say, "Well, I told you about the third-party pricing tool. I told you we literally search, the market multiple times a day, and we actually discount. And in fact, if you weren't in here, my words were, we discount the vehicle without a customer even being here. It covers that completely." So,
Because they think that we're trying to be sneaky, but we're
Well,
not.
I've got caught in that before too, and most of it is with the newspaper ad vehicles.
Right. Yeah.